Alright, so you're a brand new real estate agent and you want to know, should I join EXP Realty? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about some key points you need to consider before making this decision. And that's coming up right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to Freedom Agents. My name is Marc Brenner. I'm a real estate agent and team leader here in Atlanta, Georgia. And this channel is all about helping you crush your real estate sales goals in order to live a life of financial freedom. So today we're going to talk about joining EXP Realty as a brand new agent. Is it good? Is it the worst decision you could ever make? What brokerage is right for a brand new real estate agent? Now, as with most topics, there's no right or wrong, but there are a few key things you need to consider and ask yourself before you make your final decision. So let's get right into today's topic, joining EXP Realty as a brand new real estate agent. Alright, so real quick, before we dive into today's topic, if you're interested in continuing this conversation in more detail, if you want to talk about potentially working together, there's a link in the description below. You can book a Zoom call with me anytime. Alright, so should you join EXP Realty as a brand new agent? And you have a lot of choices, right? There are a lot of brokerages that would love to have you. I talk about this all the time, but for brokerages, it's a numbers game. The more agents they hire, the more likelihood there is that they will increase their overall sales. So any brokerage that is in your area would absolutely love to have you. You have a lot of options. And the first point I want to make for you today is this. This decision will not make or break you. So if you're having a lot of anxiety about what brokerage you should join, if you're worried about making a terrible decision, relax. It's okay. I say this all the time, but your broker will not determine your level of success. Successful agents would be successful at any brokerage. So just know if you make a decision for one brokerage and you end up not liking something about it and you want to make a change, you can do that. Now, it is a big pain when you have your system set up to switch brokerages. I've done it before. It's not something that you want to do all the time, but I just want to take some of the pressure off this decision. There's a lot of great brokerages. Okay, even though I'm a big fan of EXP, there's not just one perfect brokerage. Okay, it really depends on your situation and what your goals are. So let's just take some of the pressure off first. Now here's the second point I want to make about this topic, and here's the real truth. If you decide to join EXP as a solo agent, it may be more difficult for you than if you join another brokerage like Keller Williams. And that's just the truth. Again, I think EXP offers the best value, but there are some challenges of joining a virtual brokerage as a solo agent. You really need to be a self-starter. Because you're not necessarily interacting in person with a whole support team. One of the challenges of EXP being a virtual brokerage is that you've got to reach out to people. You've got to ask questions. You need to figure out where the resources you need are located. So for some people who are not self-starters, they really want their hand held at least through the beginning of the process, you may encounter more challenges. I just want you to be prepared. Of all the criticisms I've heard, all the legitimate criticisms I've heard about EXP, this is probably the most common one. Getting started can be a little bit of a challenge. Now listen, there is great support at EXP Realty, very responsive support, but this is a virtual brokerage, okay? So you have resources that exist in multiple locations, different websites. There's EXP World, there's Enterprise, so it can be difficult to know who to reach out to for certain information. So just be prepared. If you're determined to join as a solo agent, you really do need to be a self-starter to get up and running at EXP Realty. Alright, the third point I want to make in today's video is that I firmly believe EXP Realty offers the most value to real estate agents. Now, I hung my license at Keller Williams for a couple years. It was a fantastic brokerage. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there are a lot of good brokerages that you could be wildly successful at. But when we just look at the model, when we just look at the expenses, the fees, the value provided, and most importantly, the ways you have to put money in your pocket, I don't believe any brokerage really comes close to EXP Realty. So let me just share why briefly, okay? The first one would be stock, okay? First of all, there are plenty of brokerages you'll join where you will never own stock, okay? If you join Keller Williams, that's a privately held company. You're not gonna own stock in Keller Williams. You're not gonna get any stock grants. You're never gonna become an owner unless you own a brick and mortar brokerage, which is kind of the vision that they sell you on. Now with EXP, there are 5 ways to earn equity or stock or ownership in the company. It's a publicly traded company. You can buy stock, and if you were a real estate agent with EXP, you will earn stock on your first transaction. You will earn stock when you cap. You will earn stock when you sponsor an agent into the brokerage, and you will earn a lot of stock when you hit icon status, which just means you sell about 25 homes a year, which is definitely higher than average, but it's also not astronomical. So the reality is, if your intention is to become very successful, which it should be, well, then if you sell 25 homes or more, you're going to get potentially all of the cap you paid out to EXP back in company stock. And this is stock in a very, very rapidly growing company. So that is a major benefit. You know, any financial guru, any successful business person, someone like Grant Cardone will tell you, you want equity, because equity lasts and equity grows as the company grows. So there are very few other brokerages offering that. Now, the second big one is revenue share. And all this means is that if you were encourage one of your buddies who's getting into real estate to join EXP and you sponsor them and they start selling homes, EXP is going to share in the revenue that that agent makes with you. Okay, the cap that that agent pays out will not all go to EXP, it'll go to you. The agent is not paying you anything, but when the agent sells homes and they pay EXP their cap, EXP is going to share that with you because you brought the agent to the company. Now, listen, if you've never been in real estate before, you may not know this, but for most brokerages, if you sponsor an agent, if you recruit an agent into the brokerage, you get nothing. You might get a Starbucks card, you might get a pat on the back, but you are definitely not going to get revenue from them in perpetuity. Now, the other thing that people always say about this is, oh, I don't want to be a recruiter. I want to sell homes. I don't want to have to worry about recruitment. Listen, you don't have to be a recruiter at EXP. Any agent will tell you, if you have any level of success, you are naturally going to recruit people because people in your sphere are going to want to know, hey, how are you so successful? Tell me about real estate. I'm thinking about getting my real estate license. It's going to happen naturally if you're successful, okay? You don't have to actively recruit, but when you're at EXP, for everyone that you do recruit, you will get a significant amount of revenue for each home that they sell forever, for as long as they're active and selling homes. And for some agents who do like to recruit and who do put in the effort, this can be extremely lucrative. Often it can be more revenue than they get from actually selling homes. So the potential is what I want you to focus on. The potential for making way more money than you would at any other brokerage exists at EXP Realty. Now, the other reason why I think EXP is actually the best brokerage is the flexibility, okay? This is not a brick and mortar brokerage. You don't have to show up anywhere to do anything. You can take classes online, you can meet people online, and here's the thing, if you want to lead a team eventually, you can lead a team in different states, all with the same rules, the same fees, the same caps. Everything with EXP, because it's virtual, is designed for growth and expansion. Whereas with franchises like a Keller Williams, because those are owned privately in some capacity by the owner, there's often different rules and regulations for each brick and mortar, which can often make expansion, especially across states, very difficult. So for these reasons alone, and I was just very brief on them, I didn't even talk totally in depth on them, I think EXP Realty currently offers the best model for real estate agents among any brokerage. All right, so if you're a new real estate agent looking to join a brokerage, I've just shared with you that joining EXP as a solo agent can offer challenges. I also shared with you, I think EXP is hands down the best real estate brokerage model. So, what are you going to do? What is the optimal way to get into real estate? In my opinion, it's this. You should join a local, highly producing team that's brokered by EXP Realty, okay? I think this is the best of all the worlds. You're at EXP, so you get all the benefits of the model that I just described to you. You can earn stock, you can earn revenue share, but because you're on a team, you should have support. If you make a decision now listen, this is a really important decision, which team you join, right? Because some teams will leave you in the lurch and some teams will pour into you and help you be really successful. Assuming you join the right team, you will make that transition in EXP way easier. They'll have systems set up, they'll have support, so it should be just as supportive if you went to a Keller Williams. Now, the other thing about joining a team, and I've made a video about this, solo or, joining a team, is that you'll probably start producing right away. Okay, the average real estate agent only sells maybe 6 to 8 homes a year. It's really hard to become an expert and provide people value when you don't sell many homes. So this is one of the big benefits of joining a team, is that you get reps right away, you build up clientele right away, and if you want to be a solo agent, what you can do is produce with a team for a few years, grow with them, build up your Rolodex, build up your skills, build up your ability to provide value, and then go out on your own, become a solo agent at EXP. So this, to me, if I was back in real estate school, getting my license, thinking about what I wanted to do, this is exactly what I would do. I would join a team that's at EXP that would offer great support. I joined solo at Keller Williams, and that was okay, but I also feel like I left a lot of money on the table. So I really think this is the best of all worlds. Now, point number 5 that I want to make, if you're really determined to go solo, you don't want to join a team, EXP interests you, you do have another option. You can join EXP with a sponsor who provides a lot of support. Now, because EXP offers revenue share to its agents, you have an additional layer of support. In other words, the person who sponsored me into EXP Realty, they're not my team leader. I'm not on their team, but they're available to support me, and they want to support me because the more homes that I sell, the more revenue share that they get, right? So there's a built-in incentive with revenue share that everyone in my downline, for instance, everyone who joins my downline gets personal one-on-one coaching. They get all the coaching materials and training materials I've created over the years. They get complete access to me and complete support for me without having to be on my team. So you're a solo agent, right? You're getting all your commission. Okay, you're not having to split it up. You're on your own boss, but you can have the support of your sponsor, which if you choose wisely should be very, very good. Okay, I know my sponsor is fantastic, and it's not just your sponsor above you, it's your sponsor's sponsors. For instance, people who join my downline, I'm sponsoring them personally, but they're also part of the Honey Badger network, which is everyone who has sponsored the person above them at EXP Realty. These are highly producing agents who are sharing information within our sponsorship group. So it's a fantastic environment for support, for training, for creative ideas with some major salespeople, some of the biggest agents, not just at the brokerage, but in all of real estate. And they all want to support you because of this revenue share model. So if you're determined to go solo, or you want to join EXP Realty, find a great sponsor. And the 6th and final point I want to make in this video is really, what do you want to accomplish long term, okay? Without knowing what your goals are, without knowing where you want to be in 20 years, it's hard to tell you what the best decision is. For instance, if you just want to be a real estate agent until you retire, you want to make a good salary, you want to make enough to put away and do some investments, but you don't really have any aspirations to create a team or to become some kind of mega agent, maybe it is better to, join a Keller Williams team that's very supportive. If you're the type of person who really cares about environment and atmosphere and good feeling, then that might be the best choice for you. Whereas if you envision yourself as a team leader or a massive solo agent, and if you really are joining real estate like I did to achieve financial freedom so that I don't have to be a real estate agent the rest of my life, well then, personally, I would say, becoming a successful agent at EXP Realty is going to give you the best chance to do that. So listen, whatever you want to do, there's no wrong decisions, but like I always say, really sit and think about where you want to be and follow people who are already where you want to be. You know, mentor with them, train with them, apprentice with them. So the really important thing to consider, no one can tell you what the best decision is without knowing what your goals are. All right, so there you have it. Joining EXP Realty as a brand new real estate agent. Those are my thoughts. Okay, I think it's a great thing to do. It's not for everyone. Hopefully that information helps you make your decision, provided you some value. If you want to continue the conversation, you can reach out to me. All my links are in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you next time.